Üdvözlök mindenkit, én Vaspöri Ferenc vagyok az Invitechtől. A mai Invitech-es előadás egy kicsit rendhagyó lesz, mert segítségül hívtam az egyik nagy partnerünket, a Sophost, aki ugye küldött egy olyan mérnököt, aki majd a Sophosnak egy új végpontvédelmi technológiáját fogja bemutatni. Én viszont arról szeretnék beszélni egy pár mondatot, hogy ez mitől menedzselt. Ugye itt az előző kerekasztal beszélgetésen is elhangzott, hogy többször is ez a fogalom, hogy menedzselt biztonsági szolgáltatás. Én a pályafutásom a vírusbusternél kezdtem. Ugye ennél a cégnél ugye klasszikus, úgymond tradicionális vírusvédelmi megoldásokat fejlesztettünk. Ugye ekkor az ügyfeleinknek a célja az volt, hogy hatékony védelmet alkalmazzanak az újonnan megjelenő vírusokkal szemben. Ugye itt klasszikus vírusadatbázis alapú antivírus megoldásokról beszélünk. Aztán később ugye, ahogyan a végpontokon megjelenő káros kódok inkább egy komplexebb, célzottabb támadásnak a részesei voltak leginkább, illetve megjelentek ugye a különböző ilyen buzzwordök, mint az APT, vagy a nulladék napi sérülékenységek, vagy ugye megjelent ez a támadási forma, mint ez a ransomware, ugye a zsarolóvírusok. Elkezdtünk beszélni már nem antivírus megoldásokról, hanem végpontvédelemről, endpoint protectionről, és már a határvédelmi megoldásokban is megjelentek olyan funkciók, amivel a végpontokról induló káros folyamatokat, kommunikációkat ugye próbáltuk kiszűrni. És hogyha egy nagyot ugrunk a jelenbe, és megnézzük, hogy manapság mi a legnagyobb célja a cégek számára, hogyha kiberbiztonságról beszélünk, ugye, akkor az, hogy az üzleti folyamatok folyamatosak maradjanak, azokat ne akadályozza meg semmi, feleljünk meg a különböző törvényi és egyéb szabályozási rendeleteknek, ne veszítsünk adatot, de ez már mind-mind egy olyan jellegű feladatot jelent a cégek számára, hogy ezt már nem tudják a tapasztalataink szerint teljes értékűen házon belül tartani, hanem kell nekik elgondolkoznak a kiszervezésen, hogy ezt az IT security funkciót hogyan lehetne egy szolgáltatóhoz, egy managed security service providerhez ugye kitenni. Ez egy új üzleti modell, ahogy itt a kerekasztal beszélgetésben is ez elhangzott, és leginkább az a védekezési viselkedés, ami eddig megfigyelhető volt, ez egyre inkább áttevődik egy incidens kezelésbe, amit ugye ezek a cégek ilyen Security Operation Centerbe ugye meg tudnak valósítani. Hogyha megnézzük az Invitechnek az IT biztonsági portfólióját, akkor látszódik, hogy ugye nagyon sok mérnökkel és tudással rendelkezünk, hogy mondjuk végpontvédelmet, tűzfalat, web application firewall, stb. Telepítsünk az ügyfeleink számára. Ugye mi egy technológiai cég vagyunk alapvetően, és hogyha fölé mi tettünk egy layert, és ezeket a megoldásokat mi tudjuk szolgáltatásként biztosítani az ügyfeleink számára, egybecsomagolva teljes értékű üzemeltetéssel, sőt ugye a Security Operation Centerünkbe a különböző technológiákból érkező információkat ugye sikerrel kezeljük, hogy aztán riasztási, felügyeleti szolgáltatást tudjunk biztosítani. És ebből a nagy táblából igazából, amiről ma szó lesz, ugye ez a végpontvédelem, mi úgy választottuk ki ezt a technológiát, hogy az tényleg segítse ezt az előbb említett layerben dolgozó mérnökök munkáját, és a Sophostól Peter Skondro fogja bemutatni, hogy ez hogy is működik a gyakorlatban.
Hello everyone, like my colleague Ferenc already introduced here, I'm Peter Skondro from Sophos, and I want to continue this presentation in English, sorry, but I want to talk a little bit about the current threat landscape. So we have seen in the slides before the topics we are typically talking about, and we have introduced a new survey, so how the threat landscape is looking like today. So we still see a few threats that we are very aware of, so generic malware, we are talking about web malware, email malware, but one of the most prominent threats that we had in the last few years, that's ransomware. And ransomware is still a topic, and it's nothing that hits your organization only once. It's something that repeatedly hits organizations. So 54% of organizations we have asked were at least hit twice in 2017. And today we are also seeing a lot of well, targeted ransomware, going after specific organizations to extract more money than the normal ransomware attack who aims for everyone. Another important thing is that 83% of the professionals we have asked told us that basically it gets more and more complex to deal with security solutions. So we are facing more and more issues here, so more and more challenges that we need to solve, of course, also as a vendor and, of course, as a system integrator and a SOC provider. So the last thing I want to focus before going into a short overview and short presentation is exploits. We all know what exploits are, so we do not have 100% perfect code, we do not have 100% perfect security in IT, and so we are talking a lot of exploits in the last years. So what's an exploit? Exploit is basically a piece of code that's used to exploit a vulnerability, either in an operating system, in Adobe, in Java, wherever. So there's no perfect software, therefore we will always have some exploits out there. And these are used more and more nowadays. So one of the most interesting attacks took place like 1.5 years ago. WannaCry, NotPetya, we all remember those attacks. They were using exploits. And this is also something interesting that we can see here. We really have a rise of exploits. So when we take a look how it looked like in the last years, we see that from the 2010 to 2016, we had between like 4 to 6K vulnerabilities that were reported. Last year we had nearly 15,000, and for this year we already had 12,500 until last week on Monday. So it's expected to go over 17K. So that's 17K vulnerabilities that are potentially exploited by the bad guys. So we need something, of course, to protect ourselves. And for this, we have a solution in place, and this is called Intercept Access solution. So I will just give you a brief overview of what we feature over here. So we feature here protection against unknown threats. So I'm talking about exploit prevention. So we are preventing that exploits can run on the machines. So even if you have an unpatched machine with vulnerabilities, not a problem. We have technologies in place that are stopping the exploit technique. Additionally, we integrate machine learning on these endpoints. So we also have deep neural networks working there to detect unknown malware, so even zero-day threats can be stopped with our solution. Nevertheless, we know that there's also no perfect solution, so we're building up layers of defenses. So we have this protection against the unknown, but we also have a feature called protection from ransomware. That's our CryptoGuard component, and this component can stop unauthorized encryption. So even if something sneaks by all the protection that we have on a machine, we still have a component just looking for changes in your files, and when we see that there's some unauthorized encryption, we can stop the process and bring you back the original files as well. What else do we have? We have also protection from hacker activity. We are seeing more and more attacks where a hacker take over one machine in a network, then try to spread to other machines. WannaCry did this, for example, NotPetya did this. So they infected one machine, they tried to spread laterally over the whole network, and then on day X, they started the attack. So we also feature protection against these hacker activities. For example, we are preventing that someone can steal the credentials from the SAM store or from the registry database. So also very important, stopping the hackers even if they really own a machine in our network. Again, what's the next thing that's most important is, of course, cleaning up. So we have features in place that can also clean up your system, meaning we are removing all the unknown threats from this box so that it is perfectly secure again. And last but not least, also root cause analysis, giving you insight what happened on a machine, how did the malware infect your machine, which files were touched by the malware, that you really gain insight what happened on your machines and what is at risk and what is not at risk. So I prepared a small demo video here, but first just to mention one more fact is that this solution is even capable running beside your traditional endpoint security solution. So it's built to really run beside the traditional Sophos endpoint solution, for example, but also beside third-party vendors. So really nice, just an extra security layer for your company. So let's see how this will look like in the wild. So we have simulated attacks here from an attacker. So we are running a Windows 10 box over here, and now we will try as an attacker to attack this machine with different variants of attacks. So here I have installed the Sophos, the traditional endpoint security, additionally to our next generation solution, our Intercept X. As you can see, we have combination of machine learning, ransomware detection, but also signature-based detections. So it's basically like in a car, you have a lot of security mechanisms. The first attack that we will simulate over here is an infection via USB stick. That's the first thing that like penetration testers do. They will just spread some USB stick, hope that someone will plug it in. What happens here is our device control components picks up a new device was injected, we are stopping it, we are disallowing the user from using it. Another infection vector that can be controlled easily is file sharing application. If I run an application that I do not want to run in my company, for example, file sharing, we can also stop this with an application control component. So this is the easy stuff. Now let's head over to a more interesting infection vector, and that's phishing. So beginning of the year, we had Spectre, we had Meltdown, so a lot of phishing mails were sent out. As an example, this one, it tells me, okay, please check if you're vulnerable to these exploits, download the check tool, or directly download the patch for Windows. So if I'm a good user, I want to patch the system, of course. So by clicking on the link, we open up a web page, and as you can see, we are stopping the attack over here because we can spot that this is not a Windows Updates website, it's a fake website. So the attacker cannot proceed anymore. Now we will turn down protection layer by protection layer. So turning off, now web control will allow the user at least to download this executable, and then we will see what happens after this. So this is just to show you a layered protection against these threats. Downloading now, the patch executable, you will see immediately something else popping up. This is our machine learning, our deep learning component picking up that this file looks like something that we have seen in our 30 years of experience, and this looks bad, so we will stop it. Again, the attacker cannot proceed over here. So this is the big advantage if we have layered attacks. So now we'll do something else. We will not stick with the executables. We will go over to the HTA file. So that's the check utility. And in this case, we are again stopping this because the download seems bad to us. So that's a very new file. It looks suspicious. We will stop the user from downloading it. Again, no chance for the attacker to get through your defenses. Now we are turning off the traditional antivirus and the machine learning antivirus over here, meaning that we still have only a few protection mechanisms in place. We will again download this file, and you can see immediately something else picks up the file. So now our scriptic analysis component comes into play, which was inactive before we previously stopped the threat, and now we see that's some bad script, so we don't want to run it. Again, that's not enough for us, so we will even turn out more features in our endpoint protection, our malicious behavior detection, our malicious traffic detection. So now, again, I'm downloading this file, download succeeds, and now I will try to run this file. And here, we will see pop-up comes up, and Google Chrome is closed. Why? Because we have like a protection for these specific processes like browsers, like Word application, Excel application, and we are protecting these applications against threats. So we are now closing Chrome because this is something bad was about to happen. When we have an intelligent user, he will directly go to downloads, of course. He will double-click the file, and still the file doesn't run. So this file wanted to open the PowerShell in this moment. This is forbidden on this machine, so we are preventing the ransomware or the malicious software from proceeding. Again, not enough. We will even turn off more protective features now in our software to see what finally happens when the script is running in a PowerShell. So now I'm turning off the application control additionally on this computer, and let's see what happens when we are running this HTA application. So double-clicking it, we will see that PowerShell will open up. PowerShell is downloading something from the internet. This is how typically ransomware working nowadays. A process starts, and here we see our ransomware protection kicks in. So this file was started, downloaded ransomware, wanted to encrypt my files, and then our protection kicked in. So we again stopped the threat, even when deactivating most of the protection mechanisms that we have in place. Another usage scenario is this, when an attacker is owning one of your machines, so he opens up a back channel to his command and control server, for example here using a penetration testing Linux distribution like Kali, so he will open up a channel, and what does an attacker typically do? He wants to spread within a network, therefore he will now try to get system rights on a box, he will now try to steal credentials from the local data stores to spread over to different machines. And as you can see, we are taking over the box. We have system rights now, so everything's ready to go for the attacker. And now he's running hash dump utility to collect this information from the box. And we can see there's an error. So even if he owns the box, even if he has system rights, we are still able of stopping his attack. We are still able to stopping stealing our administrative credentials. And this is the big advantage that we have here in our solution, meaning we are not focusing on one special or secret technology. We are really basing our solution on a combination of traditional but also next generation technologies. So what we were talking about and what we were seeing in our last demonstration was, as a first layer of protection, the control of infection paths. So reducing the attack surface by controlling which devices may be connected, controlling which applications are allowed to run, controlling which websites are allowed to be browsed to, and of course a firewall component on these endpoints. The second layer we have here is a pre-execution layer. So here we are combining the traditional antivirus stuff like signature-based, heuristic-based detection with advanced next-generation technologies like deep learning. And so we offer really a broad protection before the bad stuff really gets going. So it doesn't even start, we're still capable of stopping it. During the execution, we of course have also some technologies to prevent bad things from happening. So we have host intrusion prevention systems, we have the exploit prevention, stopping exploits, anti-hacker technologies like credential theft protection, and everything combined in this one solution. So of course, detecting is one thing, reacting is another thing. So here we have the capabilities of cleaning up the system, putting files into quarantine, recovering original files, and really get the system in a good shape again. Last but not least, more important than ever is the visibility. So my colleague Ferenc was talking about Security Operations Center before. So we have logging, reporting here, we have alerting, so you will get all the input that you need, that you can see what happened really on your machines, and you also get the alerting and the information when it happened, and so on. So really important to have this on your devices to be appropriately protected. The things that we have seen in the demonstration were sometimes like traditional endpoint security, and this is also next generation endpoint security. So in a product that I was talking of most of the time, that's our Intercept X, so the next generation solution also running beside your traditional endpoint security solution is capable of protecting you or featuring these techniques. So just install it beside your traditional solution, and as an add-on you will get all these cool features. So deep learning, you will get exploit prevention, ransomware protection, and so on. So just run it to get a plus of protection over here. And well, this was it for me, and I'll hand over to my colleague to finish in Hungarian. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Szóval látható, hogy a Sophos új végpontvédelmi technológiája mennyi információt tud összegyűjteni az egyes támadásokról, és ez nagyban segíti ugye a mi munkánkat az Operation Centerbe, ugyanis ezekből az információkból vissza tudjuk követni, hogy pontosan mi okozta az adott támadást, mi volt a kiindulás, mi volt a root cause, ami által ugye megfertőződött például egy végpont, és ebből következtetéseket tudunk levonni, incidenskezelést tudunk megvalósítani. Sőt, egyébként a Sophosnak van egy olyan megoldása, ugye a tűzfal megoldása, ami kapásból, hogyha valamilyen ilyen riasztás feljön a végpontról, akkor az adott végpontot ugye el tudja szeparálni a hálózatról. Úgyhogy amennyiben érdekes önök számára ez az új generációs végpontvédelem, akkor vegyék fel velünk a kapcsolatot, van kint itt egy standunk, és állunk rendelkezésre, illetve hogyha a menedzselt security szolgáltatásunk érdekesek, akkor szintén állunk rendelkezésre. Köszönjük szépen a figyelmet!